examples. Let's start with Philips because it's a nice step. And here you see the structure of our apps, and what I can tell you is that our apps are for 75–80% all the same platform, and all what we do per client is add styling, add features, configure it according to the wishes of their client, and of course attach their content, and then we can generate an app for them. And our apps start sometimes with a cover, which when a kind of a magazine style is wanted. I can give you another example afterwards. In this case, the Philips app starts with an index, the different subjects they want to communicate to their employees, and there are lots of subjects. And like Christian told you, is that during the event, all the content is putting together and putting in the app, and afterwards every Philips manager got all the information in the app, got into the plane, and in the plane they couldn't read the information. So what we do is displaying the content magazine style. You just can browse through it when you see an interesting article about storytelling. You can read it, you can watch a video, etc. They can put in slideshows. You can store it on your device if you want to keep it, and you want to read it later, for example. You can share it with your friends on the internal network. It's their internal network. You have to log in first, and then you can share it on their social cost community. You can just browse through the articles. But this is primarily what we do, what we did. And for Philips, we built an extra feature because we knew that they are stepping into the plane, and although our app is working offline, we don't retrieve all the images because it's too much bandwidth. We made a special button for them to preload all the content before they got into the plane. It retrieves all the information, and the app is fully loaded, and they can easily read it offline as well in the plane, and telling the story to their troops when they're home. Another example of an internal app is the Dutch IRS. Bert and Christian already talked about that. It's an app that has a cover to give it a little bit a magazine style feel, and nice pictures, and so you're in a good mood when you open the internet.
That helps you.
I missed a little bit of
yeah. I think that should be a little lower. Is that possible?
I think that.
You see the same structure, a little bit flipboard-like, with the large styles and different subjects. And we can do other styling than that. I will give you an example of that as well. And what we did here is that there are the standard subjects they have as well on their internet. This is one-on-one, the same content from their intranet. And they can just now read it as a magazine, and yeah, that's a new style of reading your internet, just like a magazine. And they don't have to do anything for this because it's totally automated. We get the content from their intranet and just publishing it in the app and give it the style, and it looks immediately like this. And you just can browse through the articles. The same features as I told you with Philips. You can store it on the device. Share it with their colleagues, in this case only email. In normal cases we also do Twitter and Facebook, etc., or internal social media, but they have only email. And what we've done there as an extra feature is to make it more personal for me as an employee. I can make my own filter. This is called My Selection, and I can say, okay, I work at a specific department, or my job is about a specific subject. I can just tap the subjects or the different departments, and I get only information which is suited for me, for my role, or for my interests. What we also do there is the recommended content. We analyze the reading behavior, and there's a special channel selected for you. and here are only articles suited on my reading behavior, special for me, so that a reader sometimes see articles which he did not select it by himself, and to give it a little bit of serendipity effect.
And the app does do English as well. You see Dutch, but it's not all Dutch.
The Dutch RS is not yet in English.
Our RS have 800 kilograms of cocaine.
Another one which is English, actually it's multi-language. It's an app we've made for the Rabobank. It's as well an internal app made for their external account managers, international account managers. They have 1,300 of them all over the world, and they're trying to give them all the information they needed in one app. It's now logging in because there are some security restrictions there. It was now checking at the Rabobank if with the test server if I still allowed to go into the app, and I have to put in my PIN code, and then I can open the app. So there's a reasonably high security level here, and now I've opened my own app, and it's now still loading, and it has a few parts. There are a few channels which are pushed by the internal communications department from Rabobank. These consist of articles I should read and they think I should read, but the largest part are my own channels. So financial information, global information, in this case food and agri, but as a user I can adjust those channels and make it my personal channels. For example, I can say, okay, let's make, I want Bloomberg in or something. I've already created a new channel with my name on it. And I can say, okay, I want a Wall Street Journal in there, or I want an extra feed there. For example, Reuters World. Now, it's now checking if it's working, and okay, it's immediately added to my own channel. And here at the bottom, I have my own channel here, and I just can read all those articles of those curated content. And what we've done as well here to make it a little bit like a productivity tool as well. They have the ability to put in their own presentations, their own documents, their own whatever they want to share with. For example, when they're sitting with a client on a one-on-one meeting, they want to show a video or a special document, and they can do it from within the app. So they can create their own folders here. And I've now 2 folders, my documents and my videos. And I can put an article there or a document. I put a presentation we just gave here in, and I can just open it and show and give a presentation from within the app, or show a video, or it can be an article which I found in the app. It's not a good example. So this is about internal communication. Of course, we do as well external communications. Again, other Rabobank application. This is an external app. They do lots of research, economic research about the Dutch market.
Question.
Yeah.
I'm curious, if I understand correctly, so the app, the app, like, do you download, if you were like wanting to track the Netherlands IRS and the European Parliament, would that be 2 separate apps?
Yeah.
It would be.
Yeah, we generate, each of our clients gets his own app, and he can distribute it on their internal network or via the public app store or whatever.
And you're saying that above and beyond that, they can allow to have additional RSS feeds within coming into the app, is that correct?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
All right.
If they
That's an
If they
option.
want.
Yeah.
Right.
It's an option. So we sit with a client and ask which option they want, and we just activate it in the app for them. But we generate at the end their app under their name in the app store.
Yeah, some of our clients want to give their employees the possibility to pull in their own RSS feeds, for instance, and others don't. So it's up to them.
Thank you.
For example, this is an app which consists of all the Rabobank research their economic research on Netherlands, on on Europe, or on the world. They write dedicated content for this, but there's also content they are reusing from their website, or even content from external sources. And for example, I go into a channel, there's always one large Rabobank article about this subject. It's filled up with external sources, and on each page there's always one large Rabobank article, and these are filled up with external sources. And what they
In working with the communications department, because that's what I'm in. I'm in communications, so a lot of this makes sense to me. But as they supply you with the content, are you then in turn giving them suggestions? I'm looking at pictures, I'm looking at a lot of visuals here.
yeah.
And somebody's making the decision about how these visuals are laid out. So who's doing that? Is that a partnership, or is that
I can answer that firsthand. I'm working with a client right now on their own internal app for the entire team, management, staff, and everyone. They're very safety focused. By the time OSHA implements a rule, these guys have had it for 5 years. Okay, so they build very complex, big projects. Not meaning to dig OSHA if OSHA's in the room here, I'm sorry. But the way it works is, I have one of my staff who works with the client. I'm on the agency side, so they supply us with an image, or we get a stock image, or we pull something from the library. We come up with a headline. The President's Letter is a popular one that comes out every month, right? Either we put, you know, the President's face on there, or maybe a picture of one of the new facilities. We have a very simple CMS, content management system. We drop in, what's the headline? What's the subhead? What's the featured image? What's the text? What image goes in the text? What links go here and there for some in-app browsing for external content? And you know, everything's gone through copy editing, so it's ready to go content. You hit publish and it's out.
because I've worked a little bit with Rabobank, our firm has, and I know how particular they are about their logo and where it's positioned. And not only are they particular, but Levi's is particular, and Wells Fargo, it doesn't matter who they are, they're all particular. And exactly how the format looks too, because it's speaking their guidelines, their
Yeah.
mission, their everything.
That's
So-
because we get the corporate brand guidelines.
We
And
use the corporate
creative
guidelines
teams
and-
work together to make sure that the right fonts show up, the logos are correct,
Okay.
that the images are proper.
This is a template. You're looking at, it's all about templates. When we start a
Right.
project, we generate the templates according to the corporate house guidelines, etc. So this template is made for Rabobank specific.
I
So
think it's really cool. I think what you guys are doing is really smart.
So, Wilbert,
No, but it's,
when that happens, when you sign up with Rabobank, for instance, they agree to do an app, then there's a consultative process that you go through. And obviously you have to determine whether there's brand guidelines that you have to take into consideration. And then you build the visual around that, but the back end is consistent, right? It's a
Yeah.
standardized approach. that you're-
yeah,
what we usually do is, you know, right at the beginning, we of course listen to what they want and what their ideas are about how the app should look, and how the magazine pages should look, and how the article pages should look. And then we do a design proposal, and then they have to get the chance to say, well, what do you think about it? And then maybe we'll do some changes. Of course, it's a you know, carefully coordinated process to ensure that that the end product is exactly what they want.
What's your business model? What's your business model?
we have a license fee. So we serve it as a platform, as a managed service. So we have a setup fee and then a monthly license and maintenance.
And how much is it, as I may ask?
Approximately $30,000 for the first year.
Aren't you afraid you're going to be attacked by upgraded blogs? Blogs that upgrade to a system like all kinds of the new blogs, because they're all for free.
And I think your business model should go down
You mean
immediately.
there are
And
tools
to
now
mass
to,
media, go to mass media and go in between Flipboard and it's because it's a house magazine, there's still CEO supporting it. And for me, it feels like it's transforming from the yearly reports and from the corporate magazines to these kinds of things, but
yeah.
social media and the social interactivity isn't there, and that's finally where what you need to get incorporated. Isn't that a thing you'd be afraid to be attacked on? Because that's finally, when this generation is dying and there's a new generation coming up, then it's taking over.
Our magazines, we have all kinds of social features, of course. I can give you some examples. And
But is it likes? Is it all the thing we like on the big media, social media?
yeah, it's likes, it's sharing. For example, we have a few channels here. I hope you can see it at the bottom. No, you can see it. There is a LinkedIn ticker tape here. You can see it there. Specific on the channel, this is about a specific subject. Here's a ticker tape from their LinkedIn group on that subject, so they're trying to connect to LinkedIn.